Hey, Zim's Aquatic. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope your Mother's Day weekend's going well. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, by the way. You and your families. Long time no see for everybody. I apologize, but once again, Grim Reaper and my dad were playing tag again. Thankfully, he didn't get tagged. See, we got two people. Thank you both for showing up. And like I said, it was a little impromptu. I didn't even make a video Wednesday night because I didn't know if I was going to be able to go live for sure today tonight until later, until earlier today whenever I posted it. So that's why I appreciate everybody that did actually see the notification and that does stop by tonight. And just like always, I'm recording, so the live chat and the replay. So if you do have some comments, if you weren't able to join live, just comment below and I'll be more than happy to reply. I haven't been able to get to the computer today because I've been working on the man cave. I think we're up to 4 already. That's awesome. Hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, this weekend. I'm in full unpack and organize mode. I actually have 12 of my cases up, and then I have was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 of them organized to a certain degree. More like 9 of them fully organized, and then the other 3 are waiting because I've run into a problem. I've got more cars than I have room for in the cases, so I've got to make a decision on how I want to use what's left. Hey, Ryburn, thank you for stopping in tonight, buddy. Appreciate it. Long time no talk to. Glad to see you got my emails. Thank you again for reaching out. I appreciate it. Mother's Day extravaganza. Sorry, I saw the comment. Like I said, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but I've been working on the man cave literally for like 8 hours today. This is also where I work, so it's almost like being at work all day. But this is more of a fun work, so I'll take this every day. Hey, Adam. All right. Hey, long time no see, boy. I'm getting it's the greatest hits. All my loyal viewers of my channel are stopping in. I appreciate it, Adam. Hope you and your family are doing well. Oh no, it's not all set up. You just missed the brief description, Adam. I've been working in here for 8 hours today. So that video, that picture that you see is the thumbnail, was actually the corner that I can turn the camera here because I got the computer going. And as you can see, and then I'll aim it up a little bit. And then there's 2 more cases over there. So, yeah. So anyway, 9 of the 12 have been organized the way I want them. And then the other 2 haven't, but I've ran out of space. I know just with the available cars, I've got 60 cars sitting on my kitchen counter that I was going to use for house race cars. And, because it takes like 4 of each. And then realistically, if you're going to run a series of something, you better have a couple of backups in case somebody crashes one. That way you can just keep the action going. And then I've got, I don't know, here, get out of the way. You can see there's the Mustangs, Corvettes, and Camaros all down here. And then this up here is stuff that I've already thinned out that is going to be getting sold. So, hey, Tim. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I'm so excited. So tomorrow the goal is after I get done, I go out to my parents' place and take care of their farm. And tomorrow's mow day. Got to mow it at least twice a week, or it gets so thick that it takes forever to mow it. So it's better just to do it twice a week. Anyway, so tomorrow after I get done mowing, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to get the room set up for the big screen TV, the shelf that had the Xbox on it, and then that way. Sometime this week, if I could get my 2 buddies that race to come over, we can get the table assembled and get it shoved into the corner. And then literally all I'll have left to hang on the walls is the 4 cases that I have left, and then all the boxed, all the carded cars. and like the Pro Tinker Toys exclusives and stuff like that. But I've got to baby step it. My main goal right now is just to get it to where I can get the damn track set up and get the wiring ran so I can start running cars on it, and then I can worry about decorating the rest of the room. But I had to make room to be able to do that. So. Hey, Dave. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate it. Glad to see you made it. Speaking of Dave, um, he heard about the giveaway and he wanted to contribute to it. So he actually sent me a little box of goodies. But Dave, since you're on here, I'm going to show you. Um, let's see if we can get it up there. I got your car looking pretty good. Like I said, you got a good version of it. Once I got it cleaned up, I know it's kind of hard to see with that reflection with the glass or the ceiling fan, but you can see the background and the cases in the top of the car there in that picture. So you can see it's pretty reflective. I did a pretty good job. I got it pretty cleaned up for you. And then he also sent a box of goodies to help with the hop up on some of the cars for the giveaway. And so I thought I'd share some of the parts that he got included in here. We got 440 chassis that we need to try to do something to try to get that to work with that body there. But we got a ring gear and pinion, and I'm guessing that this would fit a Bulldog or an SRT type chassis based on the tires. A chassis and window for it. Oh yeah, I can definitely get you a chassis, and yeah, I'll be on the lookout for you to get you a window for it. No problem. No, we can get this thing looking sharp. Because like I said, the base chrome is really in good shape and not really scratched, and so it was easy to get it cleaned up and nice and shiny. So you should be happy with it, my friend. So he included 3 can motors. So we got 3 new can motors to work with. And one of them already has a pinion gear on it. So, oh, sorry, there she go. So we got 3 of those bad boys. And then, like I mentioned, a new ring gear and pinion. Baggy, there we go. Oh yeah, no, I know it's new. That's why I showed it all off. It's like brand spanking new. And then what I thought was really cool was these back rims to be able to bolt on to that axle assembly to put on the Bulldog chassis. And he actually included some tires to go with it. So I'm going to first I'm going to go get the dog to stop barking by closing the front door so she can't see anybody, and I'll be right back. What are you barking at? Hush. Sorry about that, guys, but she's very territorial, and we've only been here in this place now officially for like 2.5 weeks. So, but anyway, the rims. So I'm going to expand the giveaway to a Bulldog or a Tommy Turbo or something like that Simon Series car. So we'll actually give away 3 cars. We'll give away a Mega G Plus. We'll give away a Tyco 440 X2. And then thanks to Dave's generosity, I'll throw in some extra parts that I have lying around, and we'll make a functioning, running Bulldog or Turbo Tommy to run with it. And then he threw in a John Force body as a gag. I thought that was cute. I was like, didn't I just sell you a car like that? And he really wanted the chassis more than he wanted the body. So whenever I get the drag strip up and running for out in the garage, which will be later on this summer, then we'll do a 4-gear build up, and we'll use this body for that chassis. So thank you, Dave, once again, and I'll get on the lookout for your window and your chassis that'll work with that. Believe it or not, sometimes the easiest way to find and do these types of things like this is when you find a really good body, and this is what my trick is. Where's that? So that's the beauty of having to be able to have my cars back, guys. I'm telling you, just having them up and being able to reach for them and show you. Okay, so here's like the perfect example. I knew this car was pretty much junk. You can see the chrome's all gone off of it. But then it has the little chrome motor and fan on the top. Well, this is the version of it that is all chrome and shiny and looking great, but as you can see, it's missing the chrome part. So I bought this one with the sole reason of being able to pop that out, the chassis, and then put that in this one and have my good looking one perfecto again. So that's what I'm going to try to do with yours, and I believe I can steal the window and the chassis off of this one, and I think we're golden. Yep. Oh yeah, Adam. No, buddy. I'm right behind me. The track is right there, and that's why I literally had to start doing those cases. That picture you guys saw that I used as a thumbnail, that literally was all the cars in their cases or carded. That was every single track that I currently own and extras. And that was literally that was from the floor to the what you saw right there. And so in order to get the track set up, I needed to start putting stuff up so I could gain space. So putting up these 12 cases already opened up room. And so I kind of cleaned out this corner so I could do that. And then the table's going to be hopefully sitting up by next Saturday night. Oh yeah, no. As long as Mother Nature don't come in or the Green Reaper doesn't bother me, then we should be golden, Adam. And I miss, like I've been telling everybody, I miss chatting with everyone. I think I'm getting ready to show you guys how easy it is to fix up somebody's car right now live. Okay, so there we go. So now, David, your car has the correct chassis. It's lighted. It's a curb hugger for this particular model. And since I was going to junk this body anyway, so I could get the little chrome thing off, I'll donate the glass to it once I get it done. But we'll get y'all fixed up, buddy. So there's a little preview of your car and how easy it is to turn a cheap donor car that nobody wanted, that I got for less than 12 bucks shipped to my door, and it turned into making 2 cars, really good looking cars, just by donating parts off of it. So pretty cool. Glad to help. So we'll set this over here. David's cooking with Crisco. Put these 2 over here. That way I know that there's my donor body and there's the ones that need the parts. Oh yeah, David has on a door a 30 by 80 4-lane layout. He sent me some pictures of that he's currently working on. And if you guys remember back in the video when I was showing my angle finder and I was showing you how my banked corners and the straightaways and stuff that were along the back corners and stuff were all going to be around the 38 to 40 degree mark. Well, he took his to the extreme. His are set up, I believe, if I remember correctly, David, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, 63 degrees. So, I mean, that's just like, yeah. And with these magnet cars and as fast as they go, it's going to be easy to do that. And he's got a lot of bank corners and stuff like that. And it's like a double layer 4-lane track. It's pretty cool. I'll have to download that picture. And then I figured out how to add pictures in picture on my video. So hopefully here in the near future, when people send me stuff, I'll be able to talk about it and like put it up in the picture one way or the other somewhere. Okay, yep. Okay, cool. See, I mean, no, it's just good, guys, to sit here and just talk slot cars. I'm telling you, I got goosebumps. I'm just so happy because, I mean, it's not often you get to spend 8 hours Googling all over however many cars, however many 12 times 48 is plus the extras. So that's how many cars I've been playing around and moving around today. And yeah, it's really damn cool. I found a couple of cars. I know this sounds crazy, and I'm not trying to sound braggy in any way, shape, or form. I literally found a couple of cars, actually like 6 of them, that I A, forgot about, B, didn't know that I owned, or C, didn't realize what I had until I stopped and looked at it. And I mean, just really started studying it. And that was crazy to me. So I found a unicorn car while a buddy of mine stopped by late last night to check on progress on stuff. And I was showing him different cars, like I said, because I had to pull everything out of the bubble wrap that you guys saw me do with the packing stuff. And then, as you know, I didn't put them all back in exactly the way they were or exactly the order they were. Plus, I've purchased cars since I've moved since then. And so I had to rearrange a bunch of the cases. Hey, Rick, thank you for stopping in tonight, buddy. Glad to see you, man. And so, yeah, long story short, that's where I've ended up with more cars than I have cases to put into it. And then that's where I actually ran into, like I said, a few of those cars that I'd forgotten that I had, which I know sounds horrible. B, I didn't realize what I had because they were really rare, a couple of them. And then C, just, ooh, surprise. It was like Christmas Day opening up a lot of this stuff all day. So it was work, but it was fun work. I wish I could do this kind of fun work every day. It was almost kind of depressing when I got the last one open. I was like, oh, no more. Yeah. See, and that's the problem here, Adam. And that's what I'm running into is, okay, so I know this sounds crazy, guys, but this room is bigger than my last room. But if you remember the last time I showed the whole room, there were actually the two of my big cases out actually in the hallway. And so not every case was in the room. So I'm trying to put every single case in the room. And now I know that I'm going to have to purchase at least 2 more cases to accommodate purchases and future things down the road. And I need to plan for that too. So and if you put in the TV on there, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get all of the carded cars that I have on the wall. You can see like, well, yeah, okay. So right here between you can kind of see the bottom of one. I left a space there purposely on purpose when I measured everything out to put a row of cars there. I've left it where 2 rows of carded cars can go on the top rows. I've tried to do everything I can to maximize space. I left gaps in between like this. I left it a little wider up there. This one here to put like a little extra cars in case I run out of space. And then B for those Box Pro Tinker cars until I can get the shelves up. So I'm just trying to maximize the space that I have. And I didn't realize it how quickly the walls are getting covered. Send them your way. I'm sure we'd have a nice little online battle to see who got to hang all Scott's cars on their wall. And then we could see how long it took for their wives to tell them to send it back. So I haven't been keeping up, and I do apologize to all the creators out there. I haven't been able to keep up with a lot of the videos because everything that's been going on. I'm not going to rehash everything that's been going on the last 3 weeks. Just suffice to say, I'm back. Nobody died. Everything's on the road to recovery again, and that's the best way to surmise it. But the other thing is I did catch a part of Dan whenever he was explaining why he was gone. I didn't even know he was gone because, like I said, I haven't been messing with YouTube at all, and not even watching videos because of between work, leaving here and then going out working on the farm, or going to the hospital, or like now, helping with the rehab. There's just, you can't do everything and hold the phone and do everything. So it literally, when I was coming home at night after doing everything, I was sitting in front of the TV, unwrapping cars, eating dinner, watching TV, trying to maximize time to try to get something done. But anyway, Long story short, I heard that Dan had some unfortunate issues with work, and I just want to stop right now and send my best wishes to Dan. He kind of hinted at a new venture. I'm in that video. Best of luck. If there's anything that I can do, obviously reach out. I've sent out an email to the old email address that I had on file. I don't know if it's yours or not, if it's still yours or not, but anyway, one way or another, if you need me, reach out to me. And if you don't get that email, then shoot me an email with the current new email address that you're using, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. So best of luck, my friend. Anything I can do to help, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to catch up on some of the reading here. Like I said, I've got the computer down here in front of me, and it's actually working this time. No updates or no crap like that. Oh, wow. Wow, Dave. Well, best of luck on everything that you got going on. Man, I've only had one surgery in my whole life, and my heart goes out to people that have a lot of them, like my dad, for instance, like for you, David. I mean, it's not normal for your body to have to do what it does, but the end result is always usually worth it. So, just best of luck, and, obviously reach out. So what I thought I would do, just like I said, a little quick catch me up, let you guys see the room. There's no auction tonight whatsoever. I can kind of show you guys some of the cars that are going to be coming in the future auctions, because when I did go through the cases and I found I had 2 or 3 of the same cars in some cases, believe it or not. I've whittled those down to ones that, they're in good shape. They're just, I've already got one that's better in my opinion, or brand new that I found, or whatever the case may be. And then so I'm just going to get rid of the others, because obviously this is how I support this habit that I have, or hobby, and that is to sell cars to buy cars. And that's how this collection has literally grown. So every time I turn around and sell a car, I just turn right around and reinvest it into my little thing here. So one of the cars that I did find that I did not remember that I had, and like I said, it's awful, but you got to be honest, and that is this Ferrari number 12 2-bar. As you can see, it's in excellent shape, and like I said, that's what they call a 2-bar. And so now I have all versions of this Ferrari. There's 2 different 2-bars and a 3-bar, and there's 2 different 3-bars. And believe it or not, there's actually other versions of, like, this one is what they call a painted body. As you can see there on the bottom, it's white, and then they painted it red. This is a 3-bar white, and the 3rd bar being at the white on the bottom. See there? Same number 12, same everything. But this one is molded red. So see the difference? Painted, molded. So there's like 2 versions of each of these versions of this car. So you could literally have like 8 versions of this car if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. But long story short, this is the one I forgot that I had. This is the one that's in perfect condition. This is the 2-bar that I did not own. And I'm pretty jacked that I found this car, just to put it mildly, because it's in great shape. Keeps me from having to spend the money on it later. Because I would have wanted to complete the collection. And just to show you the same 3-bars, so I can give you the same example. So here's 2 3-bars, same exact bodies, except this one's painted, this one's molded. So now you're seeing each version, and you can see there's shades red just a little bit different. A little lighter, and this one's a little darker that's painted. Crazy, huh? So yeah. So I think I may have 1 or 2 of these that are getting ready. They'll be, as an example, be auction block, because I already have some of them that are my ones that are in my case are over there that I have. I think I got 1 or 2 of them that are brand new. And then Ryburn took advantage actually of one of the times that I ordered overseas, and I purchased 2 of the Chaparral Pennzoil number 5s. Thank you again for your purchase, and I hope you're enjoying that car. And if you remember, whenever I was packing, I'd stated when I was packing this one that I had a brand new one on order from that very same place, but I only ordered one of them. So this is actually the one that you guys saw me wrap. And then I found the brand new one, and I already stuck it in the case. So, I mean, this one looks brand new, but I mean, it's one thing to say it looks brand new versus having one that is brand new. So as an example, this would be the a really rare, this is the F1 style version of the Tyco bodies is what they call it. This is the Quaker State. I believe, without looking at my book right off the bat, it's either a 3 or maybe a 2, but I know it's for sure a 3. So these are good looking cars. So this would be like an example. This would be another one that I found that I don't, you know, I would love to race it and show it and go around the track, but you know, that can be somebody else's option whenever I put it up for auction. And if they want to race it, you know, like I said, each person does whatever they want to with the car, but I know I'm not going to personally race it. I've already got one that's brand new. So let somebody else enjoy this. And so this, as an example, is going to be one that's going to be sold. It's not brand new. It's been used, but hey, it is what it is. That's a good example of that car as an example of what's going on. Oh, I've got a bunch of these cars that I purchased. They're all sitting down over here because there's no room in the cases. So here's this is a 2 rare. This is the Japanese version of this Benetton. And I forgot that I had it. I know that's stupid, but it's on the 440X2 chassis. But yeah, this is the Japanese version of this. This is the Chaparral version. This is the same body style as like what Ryburn purchased with the Pennzoil number 5. This one isn't for sale. This is obviously this one, like I said, I found that I forgot that I had. That's, you know, rare. It's hard to find this version of this car. And give me just a second. Once again, the beauty of having my cars here is being able to show you the cars that I want to talk about. And since I literally just got through repacking the cases today, it's really easy for me to go right where they're at. So here is the Chaparral version you can see with the wing. Here is the F1 version body. So these are the only 2 versions of this car with Tyco, just so you guys know, a little history lesson. This one you can find quite a bit. This is new old stock. This is brand new. I actually bought this from the same vendors. Like I said, I buy a lot of stuff overseas. I don't mind waiting a month and a half. And then sometimes you forget about it and it shows up and it's like, oh, surprise, I forgot I even ordered that. So this is the really hard one to find because obviously it was only included in Japanese sets, is my understanding. This is the one that you can find pretty readily on eBay and other places. So there you go. There's the only two versions of that Tyco car. Pretty cool. So this is the one that I found that I didn't remember that I had. Oh yeah, I gotta love the Benetton. Oh yeah. You like that with your baseball cards? Yeah. I'll take it for 35. Yeah. The 35 wouldn't even come close to touching this one. Now this one didn't come close to, but not this one. This one's people that know what this is know this is a pretty pricey little hot rod, considering it looks brand new. You can see it's not worn anywhere. It's awesome, great shape. So as an example, that was one that I forgot about that I had purchased. That when I unwrapped it, I was like, oh, goody. Kind of like that 2-bar. And then, well, here, we'll just stick with the Tyco theme. Let me get a drink real quick. The black car? Oh, the Quaker State? Oh, I got it before I priced. Like I said, Dave, this ain't I'm just showing. Thank you for the offer of 35. But what I do is before I price anything, I see what the conditions of cars that are selling for on eBay and other auction type sites. And then I kind of base my pricing on what they're currently going for based on their condition. So, you know, if there's a glut of them on the market and the price is down, then I price it accordingly. If there's not very many or hardly any of them then I price it accordingly. Also dependent on what the book says as far as rarity goes. Here, let's just see real quick. Now, curiosity's got the cat. But I know I paid more than 30. I paid like $55 for that brand new one. Quaker State. Where is it at? 28. Yep, it's a 3. It was made from 90 to 91 only. Yep, 3. Which in the collector world is a better collector value. So that's a good one. So like I said, but obviously anytime before I do an auction, I'll do the preview videos before, like I've been doing on Wednesday nights, and I'll start those up again this coming Wednesday night. That's another thing I want to let everybody know about. And then we'll just, like I said, now you're seeing I'm just giving you kind of like a little preview of maybe some of the cars that are going to be coming through the auction, maybe whet some appetite to the people that maybe see some of the cars. A lot of these cars literally came out of my cases, and then I found that I had, like I said, new ones or ones that I considered in better shape for whatever reason. And I, like I do with every car, I point out if there is a flaw, I point it out. And so it's not like I'm trying to sucker anybody. Everybody's going to know exactly what they're buying if they bid on something before they bid on it. So, and I have 100% money back guarantee to boot. So I have no reason to lie. So if somebody got something and I didn't honestly tell them what was wrong or issues with it, then what do you think they're going to do? They're going to want to send it back. And that just makes me look stupid. So I can do that all by myself. I don't need to try to do it. So that's why I just do it that way. Tyco cars with the opening front ends. I want to know and how many they made of them. Are you talking about those the open chassis, like the later chassis, Mike? Is that what you're talking about? The Mattel years? Those are what those are called. They tried to change some stuff. I'll try to find it here in the book. They got pictures of the chassis too. That's a good question. I don't know that it's going to tell me. I think it's just going to show me the Mattel years, and I can look at and see what kind of years they were offered. But as far as numbers go, it's not going to tell me that. See, like it gives me all the old chassis right here, and then right here it gives me the year, the part numbers. Okay, so let me find. They've got one picture in here. Hey, what do you know? I flipped right to it. So these are what they call the chassis from the Mattel set years. So you can see those are all varied in a little bit, shape, way, or form. But you can also see that they don't give me any information on them at all. They just show me a picture and tell me what they are. Oh yeah, no. So if here's something that I'm going to cover whenever I go over the 440 hop up, but I'll kind of hit on it now for you since you brought it up, Mike. Hey man, no problem. That's why I love talking to you guys. I've missed it. I mean, it's been 3 weeks since I've interacted at all, and even thought about slot cars other than just moving stuff out of the way, slot cars, but not do anything. But anyway, there are certain 440 X2 chassis that are actually better than others for racing, and the reason for that is their stiffness. And if I remember correctly, it's the ones that are listed. I have to look at my notes, but they'll be stamped, I believe, Malaysia on the right-hand side of the chassis. And those are the stiffest factory chassis that you can have, and those are the best ones for racing because they can handle the magnet load. And as you know, if you put together a 440 chassis, those bulkheads, the way they fit in and snap in right there, the whole thing just wants to flex all the time. So the stiffer you can make that, the better. And those Mattel chassis, they do not recommend people use those at all for racing because the different magnet forces will start to twist on the chassis itself. So yeah, it's crazy to know that those little tricks and stuff. But whenever we start doing the 440 hop up for the giveaway, I believe I'll, as an added bonus, I guess I can give up one of my whichever ones it is. There's two different kinds of chassis that were made that were older that are preferred for racing, and I've got both kinds. So I've got wide and narrows of both. So depending on which kind of car we use, then I can use that chassis on the build up, and then I can get out some other chassis like those Mattels in that book and kind of show you by flexing and how much they, a little more effort that it takes to do some things. And like I said, if you're just looking for the casual drive around, then those Mattel, there ain't nothing wrong with them, just like your standard 442 X2s. But if you're looking to try to race them, hop them up, put magnets, motors, motor magnets, different shoe spring, hop the thing up, then yeah, you're going to want to try to get the stiffest chassis that you can. Some people even pin the bulkheads, the front and rear bulkheads, as an example. So. Got a chassis, don't even have a clue what they are. So, like as an example, Dave, this is the precursor to the X2. This is the 440 chassis, and the easiest way to tell them is those big old honking magnets in the back. See those? Now these chassis still clip in wide and narrow body chassis into all your Tyco cars. No different. It's just that this is not the one that the chassis that you want to use to race with because of those magnets. Nobody put any effort into putting any real magnets into those. They all put in the 440 X2s, which is that. There we go. Hey, my camera's actually focusing tonight. What do you know, guys? Look at that. So see, there you go. There's a good example. 440 X2, 440 X2 over here. So if you even if you had this one with the open up front and a Mattel, you would want to race this one over this one just because you can hop up this one with everything, and there's not very much. There's a lot of things that will cross over, but it's those magnets right there. The traction magnets are your biggest holdup because the holders are different on the 440 X2 chassis, so they don't cross over to this one. Motors, motor magnets, the brushes. I mean, everything else will cross over except for the traction magnets. Hey, Mayor, thank you for stopping by, buddy. I did get to catch part of your little fun time with slot cars and HO trains. El Diablo, I think he calls himself City Streets. You guys played around on your track. Dude, I'm so jealous watching that video because I'm literally I've got my track sitting up against the wall over here. I've got the cases up like I was explaining earlier, and by the end of the week coming up, by next Saturday, by the time I go live, the table will be on its legs. I'll put it that way. Now, it won't be running, but it'll just be on its legs. Oh, hey, well, no. Enjoy, buddy. Yeah, David, there's a lot of, well, you saw the back of that book. There's so many different Tyco chassis that I have to look sometimes just to make sure that I know what I'm looking at. And that way, if I see a car and based on what the book tells me what kind of chassis it has, then I know if I look at it in the pictures on the bottom and the top, that if it's got the correct chassis in it for the year and everything and stuff like that. So as a collector, you want to have the cars match the chassis that they came out with, Thank you, buddy. Glad to be back. Trust me, trust me, all the way around. I missed talking with my friends and talking slot cars, to say the least, and being away under the circumstances I was away from. I don't wish that on anybody. Happy Mother's Day if I don't get to tell you, Mayor, to your wife and your family. Oh, thank you. Take care, buddy. Enjoy the show. So here I can actually kind of give you an idea. So let's see if I'm pointing. Okay, so these right here are Scott's personal racers. So meaning these all race. These are all cars that I get on the track and hot rod and race. I don't care what you see there. Like there's some very expensive nowadays cars. The only ones that aren't my personal ones to race are these Mustangs, these IROC Mustangs right here. And these are Auto World bodies. Those six are on Auto World bodies, and they're with Hardin Creek's Viper um, chassis underneath them with their lowering clips on all six of them. And so that's going to be my IROC Mustang class. Those two Mustangs there are the correct bodies. They both have Mega G chassis underneath them, but they don't have the right wheels on them. If they were correct, they would have chrome rims on them. And so that's why I was going to use one of them for an older Mustang IROC series. So we'd have our new modern one, and then I'm going to sacrifice one of those nice expensive yellow ones to add to the IROCs for that. These are just we don't have a Ford GT class, but now that there's enough of them out there, we could do that. We do have a stock car class, as you can see. I've got several of them in different phases of upgrades. Um, we do mainly the stock cars and the Indy cars are the two that we do. Every so often we do the Mega Gs, um, and those are the two cars I have for that. There's a Viper there. There's a Wizard there. There's a hopped up Tommy Turbo there. Um, yeah, like I said, this is all my personal stuff. This case here, what I tried to do was put um, set cars. So if I have the race set, which now I moved all of those that you saw in the picture that were in this room that are now on my kitchen table, because they're going to go underneath the track once the track's running. And but anyway, so if I have the set, then these are where I decided to double up and put the cars. So I have two of those Street Challenge. So there's two of those. I've got two different Lamborghini Challenge sets. So both those are those set cars. I've got two of the Ferrari Face Off, I think is what it's called. Those come with the two F50s. Ferraris. So I've got two of each of those. I've got two Viper tracks, but only one set of the set cars. I actually sold the other set of set cars because I was like, I already got one set. Let's get rid of it and buy some more cars. Those are the two set cars for the Haunted Highway that I have. There's the Jurassic Park. There's the Sparking Rods. There's I think it's called Beat the Heat or something like that with the Trans Am and the Camaro. There's the Batman, the Save Gotham City police car, and the Tumbler. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of set cars right there is what I did. And then you can kind of see the Porsches that I had left open spots there. Those are some that like I pulled out of there to fix David's car. Um, those were used to fix for fixer uppers, but also for expansion for future purchases. So I can get the Porsches because I'm out of room. I have over 50 Porsches, and there's only 48 spots that those will hold. So, yeah, pretty cool. Can't wait to actually get everything all lined out. I didn't realize. I got my dogs. I can't even roll. Let's see here. I'll move. So everything you see here, barring those two and these three. So yeah, minus these 5 cars, everything else that's back here on this lower level is either Firebird Trans Ams, Corvettes, Camaros, or Mustangs. And I've got more of them here than a case will hold, because not only do I have some of the Corvettes up here, but got more of them here. So yeah, it's a good problem to have. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it's. I didn't realize how much my collection had grown since I started packing it all up, and it's been 7 months since I've seen it like this. Is there any particular cars that you guys can see that you guys are? I mean, I see 14 people here, and thank you all, and I appreciate everybody that hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that too. Are there any questions on any of the cars that you guys can see there? I mean, like I said, if I move the camera around too much, it starts getting a glare off the reflection. But here, see, like that bottom one right here was going to be all the Tyco racers. And as you can see, there's 8, 9 cars that still need to be put in a case somewhere. Plus, I already have 60, which is 12 more than the case even holds, Tyco racers. So I've got problems. There's one of the cases started for the F1 cars, and I've got more F1 cars now than a case, so it's going to have to overflow into another case. This is just the lower level of the camera. So now we're looking at the in those 2 cases, I can see which is the most rare. Which one do you think it is, Adam? I'm curious. While you're typing that in there, I'll just tell everybody that what you're looking at now is like the AFX Aurora Tommy cases. And there's cases above them. So you're looking at the opposite wall. And you can kind of see there's, there we go. Like there's 5 right there in that corner. Oh, I have no idea. Yeah. Hey, well, speaking of which, while I was showing you guys some cars that I didn't remember that I had, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so that's the last set of 2 cases that go right before the window, and then right underneath there will be the edge of the wall of the track, and then as we come to the corner and come around and da-da-da-da-da. But if we go back over here, where's it? I didn't realize it. I didn't even realize it when I bought it. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's the truth. All right. So you guys know I'm a Mustang guy. I try to collect Mustangs. I drive a Mustang. I have a Mustang hat on. You know, I love my Mustangs. Long story short, one of the rarest Mustangs that they had that they came out with is what they call the Snap-on Mustang. It's an all-red Mustang Boss 429, and it only came out in that Snap-on racing set. And excuse me, when I bought this car, I thought I was just buying another red car of the big block Battlers that I had with the Camaro and the red Mustang in it. In fact, I might as well just show you what I'm talking about. Where's that? I'll just get it out and show you. Here it is. All right. So whenever I bought the car that I'm getting ready to show you, I thought I was buying this. And this is one of my set cars. This is one of my, I've got the set. It's a big block Battler, and this is a hard car to find too. It's on a Mega G Plus chassis, but notice it got the louvers. It's not one of the collector series that's got the painted glass, so there is no cardboard insert. This is before they did any of that. So there's what I thought I was buying. Here is what I was just talking about. This is the Snap-on Mustang. It is a collector series. It does have the insert. It is the Boss 429. It is red. Got the louvers, hood scoop, no stripe. This is a very hard car to find. I would say that if it had a Tyco collector's rating, it would be a 1. And I didn't even realize what I'd bought when I bought it. Now you see the differences. I thought I was buying this. This is what I, you know, two completely different cars. So this was probably one of my best surprises that I found. Because like I said, this is what I call a unicorn car. It's kind of like the one that Adam so graciously got for me. It's a unicorn car. It's one of those ones that they're just, they're out there, but they're really hard to find. And when you do, you know, I didn't pay what I know what someone should have asked for this, or I wouldn't have it in my hand because I thought I was buying one of these. So, yep, pretty cool how stuff works out. Sorry, want to put them back in the cases. So that was probably, since I'm a Mustang guy, that was probably one of my, what I call one of my better surprises. Dumb luck, yeah. Superbirds, yeah. See, I love those too. I've only got three of them. I've got a Petty, um, the 76, and then I got a prototype body. I'd like to have more of them, but they usually get real good money. Hey, man, no problem. Thank you for joining in tonight, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, it was just an impromptu thing. I'm surprised that 14 people joined. And thank all 14 of you, even if you're not joining in on the chat. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just sharing some of the surprises and things that I found. Um, so once again, not to is none of this is to brag. This is just to show. This is what I have. This is what I'm just sharing. And a couple of the things I forgot about was whenever I was moving those track sets to the kitchen table, I saw a couple of sets that I was like, I don't remember seeing those cars. And it was starting to really irk me off the more I started unwrapping and couldn't find them. So last night I decided to get out one of the bigger cases that had my like drag cars and the 18 wheelers in it and stuff like that that I had that I'd packed up. And I decided to start trying to unwrap there because I'd seen a couple of cars. I'd actually seen this bed on the top, and I was like, well, that doesn't belong in that case. So that led me to start digging in there. And when I dug in there, I actually found the set cars. And I'm glad that I did. Okay, so this is one of the European Challenge set cars. This is the, if you remember when I was talking about the Mika Hakkinen and how there's an American version and a European version of this car. Yeah, so I have the European set now, and then these are the cars for it, and then there's the Ferrari, the this version of the number 2. So this was one of the track sets, and I'm going to show her all the track sets whenever I start bringing them in to put them underneath the table. But so anyway, this is one of the track set cars that I found that I was getting upset that I couldn't find. And then I have a Ferrari. It was called a Ferrari Face Off, I think it's what it's called, and it's got two unique Ferraris. It's the number 3 and the number 4, which a lot of people see, but these number 3 and number 4 have some different sponsors, and they're mainly right there on the front top of the wings. See those black sponsors up there, if it'll focus? On the wings right above the white on the lower front. Anyway, and it's got a couple other little sides, little sponsors there on the nose that are different than your standard number 2 or number 3 that you normally buy. And these are set only cars. Every single one of those that I've shown you, those 2 and then these 2 are set only. They don't come in any other way than in the set for these particular 2. Pretty cool. And then I already had one of those race sets. cars, and so now I got two of them. But it's, yeah, those Mikas. See the orange. So I've got the two sets of those, like I said, the orange and the red. What they call those stanchions or something like that. Let's see here. Oh, so one of the track sets that I have that I'm sure that you guys haven't seen yet, and that is an old Tyco Pro set from 1974, 76, somewhere right in there. Anyway, it comes with two rare, what they call flooded cockpit open roadster Corvettes with the 427s. And I can show you those because those are both rated a 2. In the collector world. Here you go. So that's what they call a flooded cockpit, in case you were wondering. Can't see anything below the, the chest level. Oh, thank you, Robert. Yeah, these are a couple of my pride and joys right here. I love these. Like I said, these are both 2s on the collector scale, and this is all original. Like I said, this came in the track set, and I got the box and everything. I'll show you guys, but these are the cars that came in it, and they're in great shape. The bro bars aren't broken. The chrome's still there in good shape. See, if it'll focus. Maybe not. But anyway, so those are a couple of 2 Corvettes right there. What's interesting about these Corvettes like this, guys, in case you didn't know, just a little tidbit, any of these body style vets like this right here with the 427 like this, none of them are less than the 3. So if you see one, it's a good collector value no matter which model it is. There's only one 1. There's 3 2s, and I got 2 of the 3. And here, this is one that I'd gotten. This is a chrome version. Chrome's in really good shape on it. You see, also on the curve hugger chassis. I believe this one's a 3 rating. I have to get out my book. Like I said, none of them are less than a 3, but pretty cool. And then the old Spirit of 76. And here is an old Tyco Pro wiper motor car. And that is one of the older versions for this body because they came out also in a curve hugger, but they also came out originally with the Tyco Pro wiper. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, wiper, it's those right there. See, those are little wipers on both sides. They have a wiper Pro and a button Pro, and that's the wiper Pro. So that's the original chassis that came with this car back in the day. I believe this one's a 2. I don't know. I'll have to look and see. There's a lot of these you can find. It's just really hard to get the row bars that are still chromed up and the 76s that are all in decent shape without all being really yellowed out real bad. And then obviously you can see the plastic on this one's really white. This is probably a shelf queen most of its life based on the little, if any, use on the wiper motor blades at all. So that was a very good buy on my part. I was happy I got that one. And then here's one I got from Pro Tinker Toy. This is a 3. This is a set car only. I don't know if he's got any more of them in stock or not, but this is one you might want to get if you don't, because you can get it brand new. This is new old stock loose. So as of right now, I'm missing 3 of these style vets, and I'll have them all. I'm missing another yellow version, a red version, and a white version. 4 of them, sorry. There's another white version I'm missing. So 2 whites, a red. So I'm out to get them. I didn't realize how many rare Corvettes I had until I started putting them all together, and then I opened up my book and I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, wow, that's anytime you can get a 2 on anything, that's a good deal. Yeah, see, I'm really getting into those older the Tycos pros and stuff like that. It's just finding them in good shape. Like I don't know, is it showing? Yeah, there you go. It's like I'm trying to get a lot of those chaparrals like that, but man, they go for some really crazy money. There's a couple of the Porsche Carreras that I can't get just because, like, there's one right now. I bid on it starting at like $30, and it's already at $65, and I'm like, no way, man. If I won the lotto, I'd go crazy, but if I can buy 2 cars or two 1.5 cars for that same money, then I'd rather do that. Hey Jack, thank you for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate it. Just nothing scheduled, no promptu, just a little upgrade on the new slot car room. Got all 12 cases of the Tyco, Aurora, AFX, and Tomy up, and found out that I don't have enough cases for the number of loose cars that I have. So, but anyway, that's where we're at here. Kind of going over some of the cars that I didn't realize or remember that I had, or I had the track sets for, but I couldn't find the cars, and I found them all. So it has been a pretty good night. I'm there's a I can't remember the name of it, the track set, but it's Aurora, the Race Masters, and it comes with the Chevy version, and I believe it's called I believe it's a Monte Carlo, and I believe it's called the Red Tag Special or something like that goes with this one. And I'm really trying to find it so I can have the pair of them. So anybody out there that knows where there is one for sale, let me know. It's not this one. It's the sister car to it, the Chevrolet version for the track set. It's I think it's called Red Tag Sale or something like that. It's red and white Chevrolet Monte Carlo. But they only made very few of these, and so this is a harder one to find all by itself. They were both for sale, and I won the bid for the Ford, but I didn't win the bid for the Chevy. Someone actually paid more for it than I paid for this. So, yeah. And every time I've seen it, it goes for $90 to $100. So that's another reason why I haven't bought it. But yeah, anyway, just throw that out there. Someone sees one, let me know. That's how you find stuff. Well, here, while I told you there were some other cars. Good old Mountain Dew. Oh hell yeah, man! Me and my racing to diabetes. We're speeding towards it. That's for sure. So some of the cars that we coming up for auction just to show. Here's like one of those sparking rods as an example. It's not on the right chassis. It doesn't. It's on an HP7 chassis. It doesn't have the flint in it, so it's meant to be a runner, but it's all brand new. I've got the set car with the set right there, as you can see. So I don't need this one. So it was going up for sale as an example. Corvette, I already got one. Don't need it. 440 X2 chassis. Like I said, there's a lot of the cars like that. I've got just right here that I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 14 cars that I've dug out of there. That I'll be selling. That were in my collection at some time or some point. Yeah. So whenever here, I can just turn it now and show you. So Okay, so right here is where the Tyco cars start, and I started with the NASCAR cars first, and so that go. I always each case I go down, and then go over and down, and then down. So these are all the. I tried to break them up with like the old Thunderbirds. I've got all 5 of those that are right across here. The lighted ones. I've gotten those to set up to have night racing. Um, there is my zero car. If you remember, I told you there on the scale of 0 to 4. There's 0 cars. There's a 0 car. But anyway, so there's a lot of different versions of the smaller Thunderbirds, the Super Coupes. And then I come down here to the Pontiac Grand Prix. There's a Rusty, a Michael, Cole Trickle, and I believe Neil Bonnet. And then there's the giveaway car, another older Neil Bonnet, Ricky Rudd in Alumina, Bobby Labonte, or no, sorry, Dale Jarrett in Alumina. And then I started my little petty collection up here of stock cars all together. So that's a rare one. That's a 2. That's a 2. And then that was one that I got as a runner. These are all like for runners. There's some set cars, so that's from the Super Sounds, those 2 set cars. There's from the Dale Jr. Napa 500, and I don't have the other Michael. This is from the race sets that I have. This is from the race set that I don't. So I just stuck the lifelike Mike Dales there. So there's those 2. There's a 22 that came in the Jeff Burton NASCAR Daytona 500 set. New in the bag, Exide batteries number 7, and then J.C. Penney's number 75 new in the bag. So then obviously it works its way down to the yellow car you see there is the one for the prototype body, and then the Earnhardt car, the Mike Skinner truck, the Ernie Irvan number 4, and then Terry Labonte, Mark Martin, Johnny Benson, Ted Musgrave, Matt Kenseth, Bobby Labonte, Ward Burton twice, Jeff Gordon, Elliott Sadler, John Andretti twice, what's his face, Kyle Andretti or Kyle Petty in there twice, and then Bill Elliott. So yeah, I've got quite a few of the stock cars. Like I said, I've thinned out a bunch of them from what I used to have, just because I wanted to clear up space in the case, and if I've got them carded on the wall, then that's why I've been thinning out. Wow, up to 14 people, 16 people. Wow, thank you guys. Jack, he's already signed off. He had he was getting ready to go see some play or something. Yeah, I've got a couple of petty cars on order, and when those both come in, then I'll just do a little segment on all the different little some of the petty cars. Hey, Shifting High, thank you for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate it. Just kind of showing off some of how I did my rearranging of my display cases and actually got them on the wall in new places. The first broadcast live at the new place. No auction, no format, no nothing. Just winging it. Wanting to say hi to everybody. So what you can see there on the bottom of it right there, that's what I'm calling my OG cabinet, and that's the ones that's got my childhood cars in it. Because you remember, if in case you don't, I have every car that I've ever owned as a kid, as far as a slot car goes. I own every single one of them, saved every single one of them, from the first one all the way till I got out of it, and then I got back in it, then I got back out of it again. Now I'm in it big time. I dove into the deep end with lead weight on my ankles. Um, but then the only one that I don't have from my childhood is the one that got stolen from me on a school bus ride to a buddy's house to go race cars. But I made up for it by buying it and putting it back in my case. But anyway, so that's what that is. That's the OG case. The rest of these are just, the display for the collection. Other than these are my, like I said, these are my personal racers. These are actually, they get out on the track, and except for those Mustangs. Oh yeah, no, that's a good idea, Dave. Yeah, see, you guys there in the Northeast have it so lucky. You guys, just the Northeast, the United States period is just a hotbed for slot cars, and I'd literally go broke at going to one of those shows because I'd walk out there with suitcases. Just the live feeds and stuff like Adam shows whenever they go to the PTT and whenever they're doing those shows like that, and they get to walk around and show all the cars and all the displays and stuff, and my jaw's just dropping because there's just like car after car after car that I see that I'm like, oh, I'd love to have that in my collection. Oh, I need that one for my collection, or I just ching ching ching. No, I haven't, Adam. I've been literally. There's no. I didn't have the computer going because I obviously got the keyboard covered up with cars. But I had the TV in the living room going, but I've literally been doing nothing except trying to get this to look like I actually did something today, except just move around a bunch of stuff. Blue and black and the silver number 7. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be hard to find, David. I'm just telling you, man. Can't spell slot car in the deep south. I saw it. That's why I'm looking for blue and black. Oh yeah, see, that's why you haven't been like last year. You missed some of my videos, but that's why I was going through that case. I explained that I was going to try to find the original best versions of the cars that I had from when I was a kid that weren't, for lack of a better term, molested in any way, shape, or form like I did to these. Like I painted them and I put stickers on them and stuff like that on these up here. And so any of them that I did like that too, I tried to find the original version without obviously all that crap done to it. And one of these times I'll reposition the camera and I'll make it where it's high enough and I can show you guys the ones that I've replaced for the ones that I thought I was making look cool whenever I was like in the 3rd and the 4th grade. And so that was the reason I did that. Yeah, to just to get the versions. There's a couple of them that I got that. Where's it at? Just added out. Got cars everywhere, guys. Oh hell, there it is. Like that Camaro right there. Is it coming out? Yeah. See that anniversary Camaro. I bought a better version of it to replace the one that I'd screwed up there, and then I bought that one that's already got a damaged post, so that I could get it out and race it again and try to relive my childhood. I did that with that one, and I did that with the number 7 Corvette, so I could get them both out there on the track, relive my childhood. Easy off. Yeah, see, I thought about doing that, but then I was like, you know what? The last time you played with those cars was that was what you did. So it's kind of like a snapshot in history for me to leave those cars the way they are, because I can remember getting the AFX catalog and it showing me how to paint and how to do certain things, and obviously I didn't do them as well as they showed in the pictures. I don't think anybody ever does, but that was part of the appeal of leaving them the way they were. And then that's why I was like, you know what? It would be really cool to get those to look like they did before I painted them different colors or put Porsche and Ferrari stickers on the same car, you know. But that's how that easy off. That's how I got that. That was my one of my videos on how to remove paint, and that's how I ended up with one of those Dale Earnhardts from one of the Napa 500 sets that I didn't have. Is someone had painted that thing all black, and the only reason I bought that car came with another car. You know, it was buy two cars, and one of them was the one I wanted. The other one was this black thing that someone had painted, and I was like, okay, well, I want this one, so I'll buy them both. And I did the old easy off oven cleaner trick on it, and I'll be damned as soon as I started scraping it off, that I saw the number 8, and I was like, there is no way this is a Dale Jr. painted over. And sure as shit, it really was. Aluminum spoons. Yeah. No, hey, man, that'd be a nice, light, stiff chassis. That's a great idea. A great idea, actually. So what cracks me up is those people on, and nothing against anybody that likes collecting those type of cars. I'll just tell you that right off the bat. But to me personally, if you're going to put a metal body on a slot car, it is doomed to have anything other than just pity pat around the track, if that fun, because that body is going to weigh down the car so much. They're going to be so slow. But I see people all the time on eBay, oh, metal body off a Hot Wheel, and I'm like, why? I mean, it looks cool, I get it, but you know, I guess that's just it. It's for looks. That's it, not to drive. Um, Good question, Drew. Um, I have, I bet, close to combined Tyco and Hot Wheels Tyco type tracks and Tyco Pros and stuff like that, just standard Tyco tracks. I bet I got close to 30 tracks like that. The only one I don't have is any of those US ones, and I've been wanting to get one. I just have, it's down the list. I'd really love to have one of those. There's a couple of videos on YouTube that guys have had. They've got every piece of track and every attachment that there was ever made on it on their layout. It is huge, but it is really cool to see all that stuff working. And yeah, it'd be pretty cool. I'd really like to have one of those fire stations, but you know. If you like the carbonation like I do, then the cans are the only way to fly. 2 liters, in my opinion, are the cheapest way to go. But if you don't drink them in 2 days, then they start going flat. Oh wow, David, I bet that runs. Yeah, they Viper has been putting out a lot of good custom cars. They're just really pricey. But if you look at what they're charging for the cars versus what you'd have to pay for the parts that they put in those cars, they're really a pretty good value, actually. Originally bred for, mm, I thought it was something to try to help replace moonshine. That's where they got the old moonshine guy from, but I could be way off base there. Yeah, see, Adam, seeing opening up those the little box exclusives from last time. I still don't even have the new stuff that has been released from this year. Remember last time I talked about I was going to order them, and then the shipping was 12 or 13 bucks, and I still haven't reached out to Ryan or Brian, either one, to see about what was going on there. So basically, what I'm going to do is when all the new stuff comes out, then I'm just going to order the stuff I don't have, the new stuff that's coming out, and get it all at the same time and be done with it. Oh, it's what to mix with your moonshine. Okay. No, I'm actually kind of proud, Adam, that I don't know. I know there's a handful of us probably out there, maybe more, but I have every single exclusive that they've ever produced, other than what they've come out with this year so far, and that I haven't been able to catch up with. See, I used to love my crown. In fact, Dave, I used to be a member of what they call the Society of the Crown, which is a Crown Royal Club, basically. And they send you free shit and stuff like that all the time. But then I was diagnosed to having cluster headaches, and alcohol is one of the things that triggers those things. So as soon as I found out that that's what I had and that's what caused them or could help cause them, then I quit drinking. I haven't drank since. But I miss my crown. I used to love it. Used to do shots of it all the time, Crown and Coke, and then just do a shooter before I did a mix. The new Datsun Seiko now. See, okay, so the Slot Cars and HO Trains just did one on the Tokyo Drift, and he showed their Fair Lady Z in there. And then today he put out a video, and I haven't seen it yet, but he was comparing it to the AFX 280 or 240Z. Anyway, long story short, they're both based on the Magna traction chassis, obviously the AFX is, and then the X traction for the Auto World. But it looks like to me they goofed up the proportions in the rear end, if to me. But maybe it was just because I saw a little preview GIF of it. Like I said, guys, I haven't been able to catch up on a lot of things, but I have been. Hell, I didn't even know they were coming out with those new Racemaster 70 Camaros until they came out. I mean, that's normally I'm one of the guys that puts out the video saying, "Look what's coming," So, oh, so are they doing one of the little squares like the Bree Datsun? Is that what you're talking about, Adam? Here, just a second. Like one of these. This is an OG. This is one of my cars from my childhood. This is actually one of the. It's called the Supersonic, and it had the little sound box in it. But I pulled the sound box out of it. Yep. Oh, that's gonna be badass, man! If they can make them look exactly like this, I'd love to have a IROC set of those running around the track. 4 different ones colored, and because I loved racing this car around the track. Loved it. As you can see, I did a pretty good job of taking care of it. The poster's still in good shape. Chrome's all still there. Yeah, this is one of my favorite cars. Oh, no way. So they're coming out with a little truck too, huh? Okay, so here's my little Datsun painted truck. This is, and obviously it's seen better days. And it's missing the roll bar back there in the back. But you get the idea. So is this what you're talking about, Adam? This type of Datsun truck? Exactly. Okay. So yeah. So like this one here is what they call the butterscotch version, and it's still missing the roll bar too. The one that I just showed you that I painted red was the like the, I guess for lack of a better term, the lemon yellow, and this is like they call the dirty yellow or the mustard yellow. Magna traction. So this is the one I got to replace the other one, kind of show what my red one was supposed to look like, even though it's the wrong shade of yellow. Well, that's cool, man, because that way I can buy those nice and cheap and not have to worry about spending an arm and a leg on one of those little trucks or the little cars. Same stuff, new paint. Cool. And that truck too. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that everybody had that one version of that Datsun truck at some point in time in their youth. It was pretty popular back in the day. I know I like my little truck because with those old Magna Traction sponge tires. It used to kick out the ass end. I used to love it. That's why I like the Camaro and the Trans Am, or the Camaro and the Vet. I'm sorry, the 76, the 7 and the 6. Sorry. Yeah, I get where you're coming from on that shift. It was like that whenever they put out that Fair Lady Z, it was supposed to look like the AFX version, and to me, it does not look like the AFX version. Where's my AFX version at? Okay, so I'll just stand here. So the one that Auto World came out with, in my opinion, is too short in the ass end. But maybe it's just because of the video that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? This is my. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's just because this is what I'm looking at and comparing it to, and I don't have the Auto World version there. Now that I'm seeing it in person and looking at this little back area right back here, they may be close to the same. It just looks smaller to me in his little clip it video. But if they're really close to that, that'd be cool. You can buy those Auto Worlds cheaper than you could buy this. Oh yeah, those Z's. Auto World was more correct in my eye. Really? Okay. Well, see, like I said, I'm just basing that based on what I've looked at for so many years. I'll put it that way. So when I get them, like I said, if I get one of them, and which I know I will, I can get them out and look at them side by side. Then I might actually see that the AFX one's proportioned wrong. I'm not going to say definitively, in my opinion, one way or the other, because I'd have to actually have one of them to compare. You know what I'm saying? To be fair. But I just know that seeing those are a good little body because they don't have a lot of ass end overhang, so you don't have to worry about the body weight trying to help sling the ass end of the car around. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Adam. I'd love to see more of that, like the LMP stuff. Like, I couldn't believe after how popular that Toyota and the set version of this car was, that they didn't come out with more of them. This is what this is. This is what they call an LMP, and that stands for Le Mans Prototype. And I thought for sure they'd come out with some more of these, or like the Matmut, or the the Peugeots and stuff like that. Nope, because these things sell like hotcakes. I don't get it. I don't know. I like them. They're low. They're lean. Low, nice center of gravity. They're fast cars. Yeah, see, I knew Ryburn right there with you. Well, speaking of old like Le Mans cars, that's some of the ones that I found that I'm going to be selling that I had dupes of, that I have better. Like I got a Miller genuine draft that's in really good shape. Love these Porsches. And this one's pretty common. See this one a lot. Expensive now, yeah. And then I was going to keep this one as a runner, but I've got too many runners. I've got to start thinning out stuff. So just an example. So I think these the Porsche 962s. So I'll be selling all three of those. I know the Miller one will bring some decent money because that one's pretty popular. The other two probably won't. That's all right. I tell you, one of the cars I like, and it's just really hard to see, and it's this Audi test car. I love this one on the Mega G. But you can see I've already broken the wing off of it a couple times. It doesn't even have the side flanges on it anymore. But this thing flies. I love it. but it's just so damn hard to see. Just the only thing you can really see going around the track is that helmet. Want them all. Yeah. Black cars, old eyes. Ugh. Yeah, that's why I see. I love it, but I can't see the damn thing. Yeah. So when I race my Mega G's, this is the one I race. Another Porsche. But you can see, compared to this one, I mean, hell, it's literally black and white. I mean, so yes, you can actually see them. But yeah, so the only thing you can see going around the track on this thing is that yellow helmet, and that is just so hard to see. Right, with the brutal bright cars. Yeah, that's why if you notice, a lot of my cars are yellow or white. there's a method to my madness. It's easier to see them, and you know when you hop them up and make them faster, they're just little blurs anyway. So yeah, black may look cool sitting in the case, but black is not cool to race. That's for damn sure. Well, not for my. I agree. You know, I'm not going to presume to know anybody else's age, but not for my old ass eyes either. Not at all. Or paint the damn track. See, so one of the guys that used to do videos, he don't do videos anymore. I think he called himself H.O. Joe. He made himself a scale version of the New York Watkins Glen road course, and he actually shows in a couple of his videos how he actually took Krylon rattle can paint and got some certain shades to make it look like it was weathered asphalt. And it turned out pretty cool looking because he actually got some black paint and ran some tires through it, and then he'd run the tires on that painted track and make it look like that the cars had, were peeling out and stuff. It was pretty cool. You guys need to check out that H.O. Joe and check out his video. Yeah, and I got see, like this is I don't know how else you're going to find a more perfect example of this Tomy. This is a Tomy Turbo, the Fiat Ferrari number 28. Turned out I had two of them, so I'm getting rid of one of them. McDonald's. Old Bill Elliott had two of them. Don't need it. There's the Tomy version of the Benetton Ford. I'll be selling it. Like I said, I got several pretty cool cars that be putting up for auction here real soon. I didn't want to try to hurry up and do any rush auction tonight because I didn't give anybody any notice. I don't have pictures of the 5 cars so people could look at them up close instead of me trying to hold them up to the camera. So, but starting next Wednesday, we'll start her up again. Well, that's funny you should say that, Adam, because it's right here. It was over by the cases because I was cleaning the cases out as I took out cars. You know me too well, my friend. That's awesome. Yep. No, me and my Novus, hell, I've used almost a whole bottle of this stuff today, just wiping down the inside and outside of all those cabinets after I hung them, because after you put the wall anchors in, that damn sheetrock dust gets everywhere. The aisle at Home Depot. Yeah, like I said, I got a little refill jug for this thing because I use so much of it. I mean, I love that stuff. They honestly need to pay me to be a spokesperson. Oh yeah, see, Mike. Yeah, no. I brew good stuff with it. Oh man, looks like me. Yeah, I know the feeling, my friend. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. What honestly, my gut tells me to hold on to every single one of those cars and wait another 5 years and then sell them. But my wallet tells me you need to sell them. Period. I mean, just bottom line. You no kind of maybe you've got to sell them. So they're going to get sold. Oh yeah, that Flitz is good stuff. See, Dave. Somebody also, I think it's Ryan, uses um, Chemical Brothers, VRP, vinyl restoration protectant stuff on his cars and on his T-Jets and stuff like that. And he really loves that stuff. I've tried it. I got some of it. I use it on my real car. I love it on my real car, but on my slot cars, this stuff just seems to work on the plastic a whole lot better, in my opinion. To each their own. Whatever works best for him. I even told him, and he said he tried the Novus and liked his VRP better. So, like I said, it's just all on personal preference. But I just know this stuff is very gentle and does a very good job. And if you have all three of them, if you've got stuff you want to try to get scratches out of it, it does okay on some light scratches. Olive oil. No, no, no. We don't remember. I remember if you remember, Adam. I told Tim I would send him that bottle, which I did. I was a man of my word. If he would quit cleaning those cars with olive oil, and then after he started using the Novus, if you remember, he liked the Novus better than he liked his olive oil because they didn't smell like olives. Yep. Because I sent him a whole bottle of this stuff, and then Ryan was trying to get him to start his own little car cleaning business because he liked it so much, where people would send in his cars or send in their cars to have Tim clean them up and then send them back. And Tim was like, "No, I don't even like cleaning the cars that I got to show." Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. No, oh, another little trick, Dave, and anybody else is out there in case you didn't know. You can use the Novus on like the foggy, uh, the three-step process on the foggy arrow headlights on your real car. And here's something else to try too, and that's WD-40. Try that on your on those clear lenses to help take away some of the fog, and you can also clean your wiper blades with it, and it'll rejuvenate them and save you from having to buy new wiper blades. But I can drive a slot car. Yes, man, I miss Timbo. I really do. I miss his personality on the show and on the live feeds. I really do. Nothing against Brian or Ryan or nobody else. I was just his was a different facet to that trio, and it was cool. Yeah, I don't think we're the only guys that missed him. I think honestly, I know Ryan does, and I know Brian does, but he just probably won't admit it because um, yeah, you can just tell sometimes. Oh yeah, no, dude. Before the last little episode with my dad one night, it popped up in suggestions to watch one of my Watch Scott packing videos, and it happened to be the one that Ryan and Tim joined in on, and I didn't even realize that Tim had joined in on it until he had already had to leave. Yep. Oh no, dude. Like I said, a lot of good times. It's hard to believe how fast time has just flown by and how much has changed, and yeah, crazy. Oh yeah. No, like I said, dude, I can remember when they didn't even have 500 subscribers on his channel, and he would flip out because some guy every day would give him a thumbs down on the live feed, and he just thought that was going to screw them and mess up their algorithms, and He would literally about have a coronary. I'm just going to turn it off. I don't want no thumbs down. Good stuff. Oh, trust me, it will. It's going on as soon as I can find it. Here, I'll turn the camera and show you. Since I cleaned out the corner that you saw in the picture for the thumbnail, and now you see why I cleared out the corner, because that's where all those car cases are. I'll show you the other side of the room where everything is piled up. So there's the track. There's a closet. Okay, so those big boxes that you saw, the bigger boxes that were for the floors, was like 5 of them right over here, and then the tote case, that is all carded cars. My back for moving it off like 4 times in this room. doing those slot car tracks alone by themselves. Like I said, I didn't realize how many of I had. Right before I moved, I kind of got onto a kick of buying more of them, and because just getting good deals. And yeah, I did not realize. I know, just rough count, I've got to have close to 50 to 60 tracks somewhere in there. See, that's Adam. That's what's going to go underneath the table on the slot car track is all those. And then what I thought about too, because after I saw how many tracks that I have and how much space is actually going to be underneath the table, I was like, well, I'm already going to be out of room. So my idea is I'm going to go to Menards and or like a Home Depot if you don't know what a Menards is, and get some of those prefab, what they call bookshelves that are like the 1x12s that are like 8 foot long or 10 foot long, but anyway, they're already all fabbed up, and I'm going to get some of those. And I've got a big open wall in my living room because I've got a cathedral ceiling, and so it echoes really bad in there. So I'm going to put 2 rows of those shelves on that main wall, and I'm going to put slot car boxes, like art, I guess, for the living room. It'll do 2 things for me. It'll free up some room in the slot car room. B, it'll be a cool little conversation piece in the living room to have all that older artwork from all the different slot car boxes on shelves on display. And, and B, it'll help, or C, whatever, it'll help kill some of the sound echoing because of the cathedral ceiling. Yeah. Good question. Shift into high. No, I'm not married. I'm single, and that's probably why you see what you see in front of you right here is because I am single. Because I doubt very many married men's wives would allow them to invest the kind of money that I've done in this, and I couldn't invest in it unless I did what I did, which is get cars, fix them, clean them, whatever, and flip them, and try to make anywhere, like I said, from $3 to $5. And if I can make more than $5, then that's just a bonus to me. But some people don't even want to mess with something if they're not going to make 10 or 15 or more. I don't care if I make $5. I'm just trying to help the hobby out and pass it forward. You know what I'm saying? That explains it, yes. And that also explains why I have a drag car that's waiting on a motor. And that's part of the reason why I decided, instead of holding on to some of those cars that I've been showing, that I have extras of to sell down the road, because they're just going to do nothing but go up in value if there's a collector out there. They know this. But I decided to go ahead and sell them now because I've got a lot of bills have piled up that because of the move. And so I used the money for the motor to move, and now I need to get my money back for the motor so I can get my car back again. I miss driving my one-to-one car. Dave, I saw you sent the emails, buddy, but I haven't had a chance. Literally, I wanted to make sure I had to eat me some dinner, feed the dogs, and then I came in here, and it took me like 10 or 15 minutes to make sure that the camera was working, YouTube was working with me, and that as soon as I hit go live, that it was actually going to work and we didn't have any issues. But I will read it tonight and I will reply. I'll get back with you on that. Sorry, haven't had a chance. Like I said, man, been playing with slot cars all day, just not the fun way, just rearranging and doing it that way. Well, hey, thank you all, 19 people. I think at one point in time I saw 20. Thank everybody for stopping by in tonight. Like I said, I missed everybody. Oh, actually, it's helped keeping it limber, because I've been up and down and stepping up and down and moving all day, and if I sit still, I start getting stiff. Yeah, I took a lot of time, and like I said, I had to, it's like I was telling my buddy that stopped by last night. It takes a little foresight. It's not just hanging these on the wall. You got to know that there's other stuff you want to put up. And so I knew that I wanted carded cars. I knew how much space like I could have evenly spaced these apart and make it look really symmetrical from one end of the wall to the other, but then I would have only had room for one set of carded cars. But doing it the way I did it gave me two rows of carded cars to go over. So, like I said, I'm just trying to maximize space, and I'm really disappointed to see already that I seriously doubt I'm going to have enough room for all of my carded cars because I'm going to have to buy another couple of cases just to help take care of all this here. See, those are all the F1 cars I was talking about. And those are the ones that are overflowing out of the ones that are already there. So. Adam, if you don't remember, man, I got my whole little display of all the. I'm trying to get all of the Auto World Racing Rigs series. In fact, I really wish I could have taken advantage of that sale that Brian had on those the frozen the frozen trucker one, whatever it was, the frozen highway. Anyway, yeah, those trucks, because I wanted to get those trucks to add on, and so any of those trucks I like. I don't like them to race per se because I see how much trouble that they have. They're fun to watch somebody else race and have all that aggravation with, but me personally, that would start to piss me off after a while. That trailer flopping off all the time. But to have them on display and stuff, that's pretty cool, and I plan on having them on my diorama. So I was cool. I was glad to see that he was doing that Mayflower one because that's like a retro back from the old Tyco stuff from the US1 trucking that someone brought up earlier. Yeah, no, I love those trucks. In fact, what got me interested in them was seeing somebody had a Viper track and they had semi races. And now I can see those things working on that kind of track because there's not any seams and the rails are all level. And if you did the trailers, kind of like what Dan said with the PTT on how to fix them and to help them stay in the slot, then that would be a lot of fun. I was watching that, and that was all the same level track, and yeah, they had a blast. It looked fun. Yeah, I've got four more cases to do. I've got 16 cases total. I've already got 12 of them up. I got four more to put up, and I need to buy at least two more of some kind. And that's depressing. because buying the cases takes away money from buying cars or paying for car parts. These stupid Hot Wheels cases right now are going on Amazon as the cheapest place I could find them, and they're going for like $90 a pop, double. And those ones that I have that are the made of wood, I bought those things for $90 a pop when they were new originally, and now they're going for 115 or 120. It's insane. I need two of whichever way I go. So I'm either spending $180 or I'm spending $220 for two cases. And I looked at those Auto World ones, but those damn things only hold like 36 cars or some shit like that. Well, fuck, I'd have to buy 3 or 4 of those. And those things are $63 a pop, $65 a pop. So unless their price comes down, then because that's what I was thinking about when I saw the price. I'm like, well, hell no. Why would I want to pay $65 for 15 less cars to get into a case? You know, these things are $90 and hold 48. Those things are $65 and hold 36. If I'm wrong, someone correct me, or if they found them cheaper, but $65 is the cheapest I've seen them. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I got another little fan going in here besides the ceiling fan above me here, so it can try to blow some air on me. Here in the old wonderful state of Missouri, the temperature was in the middle to upper 80s, and the temperature was in the 90s with the humidity. There was no spring. We went straight to summer. And I'm too cheap right now to turn on the AC because I'm trying to save money for everything. So I've got fans going in every room, shoving around air. I make a rule with myself until the actual temperature is in the 90s, then I don't kick on the AC. So if it's just in the 80s, then I just do it with fans and deal with it. But as soon as it hits the 90s, then that's when the AC gets kicked on. And at the rate we're going, that might be by the end of the month. Well, guys, I'm just gonna. It's 7 till now, and I'm not trying to run anybody off, but I'm gonna call it a night at 9 o'clock because tomorrow, like I said, I've got to get up and start the stuff out at my parents, helping them out, and then I got to come back here and get this room ready to get the TV up on the wall for when the buddies come over, and that way we can put the table up. But as a reminder. I am going to start doing the Wednesday night preamble, preview for Saturday night's auction. Next Saturday night, we'll be doing a live auction of 5 cars, just like what I was doing before. My father had his falling off the ladder accident, and then all that other stuff. So I'll be going and doing that again. I've kind of shown some of the cars that are going to be in the future. Down the road. So, and as always, just because I'm selling cars next Saturday doesn't mean anybody's under any obligation whatsoever to bid, purchase, help somebody, convince somebody to buy one, whatever. It's just me offering them to the people that are on my page cheaper than they're going to be able to buy them on eBay. And I don't charge tax, and I only charge exactly what the shipping cost is to your door. And as duly noted at the very beginning of the video, I offer a 100% money back guarantee if you get the car. I just don't refund the shipping. So that's why I do the videos on Wednesday, so you get real high-def pictures of each of the cars at all the angles. And then, I show them off on Saturday night and give a little history on them, or rarity and collectability, or whatever I know about them. And then obviously if they're used, I point out any flaws that they have. So, But yeah, we're gonna go back to doing that plan again, and then Once I get the table actually set up and I start doing the wiring, then I may just set up the camera and let it record while I'm doing the wiring, and then come back and cut out stuff and then just show you what I did in between. You know what I'm saying? Probably take pictures of the table assembly and show you how the legs and stuff like that went too. That way the people that are helping me don't have to worry about being on camera, and I don't have to worry about trying to position the camera without them wanting to be in it. So I'm not saying that they don't want to be in it. I just don't know if they do, and I don't want to presume that they do want to be on there, and then find out that they don't, and then make plans to show it, and then I can't because they don't want to. So. Cool. Was there anything that anybody wanted to see or ask a question on real quick before I called it a night? Oh no, thank you, Ryburn. Mary, yeah, I was going to say, I'll just go ahead and wrap her up now. From the bottom of my heart, guys, to every person that reached out and had the concern at any point in time during my absence, thank you. I do appreciate that. Thank you to all my subscribers on my channel. Thank you to everybody for showed up tonight. I know we didn't have 20 people in the chat, but at some point in time, I had 20 people viewing, and I appreciate all of you there, even if you weren't participating in the chat. If you do get to see this after the fact, do remember that I do record and I keep the chat going, so you can see what people are talking about and how I'm replying to it. And if you've got questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I try to get back to them within 2 to 3 days max. And if I don't know the answer, I have plenty of people that are in the slot car hobby. A lot of them are on this channel that will know the answer, because we got a lot of very smart, knowledgeable people on this channel, and I love it. I miss my slot car buddies, so I'm glad to be back. And I thank you all for spending a little bit of your time with me tonight. I appreciate that also. It's just like seeing an old friend again, even though it's only been 3 weeks. It seems like forever when you really miss something. So let me look real quick here. Mike, thank you. Rick, shifting to high. Adam, thank you. Appreciate it. Ryburn, Dave, everybody else that was on here beforehand that I didn't get to say thank you again. Everybody, enjoy your Mother's Day tomorrow. If your mothers are still around, be sure and give them a call and tell them you love them, and glad that they decided to keep you around. Because I know my mother threatened to beat me within an inch of my life several times. So anyway, once again, guys, thank you again for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. Enjoy your Mother's Day tomorrow. In the meantime, there's still time tonight. Get out there, light some sparks, and melt some plastic. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.